Hi, this is Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum, together with Church Governance Solutions. And I'm just embarking on speaking about some skills that you need to develop this year for success. And remember that as we start a new year, it is very, very important that we set ourselves up for success. And I've said previously that there is nothing called a bad year. And also there's nothing called a good year either. But years are actually a combination of some seconds given to us by God that accumulate into minutes. And I'm sure you would know that the minutes will accumulate into hours, and every hour accumulate into a day, of course. But then days will accumulate into weeks, and weeks will accumulate into months. And when it calculates to 12 months, then it becomes what we call a year. Now, a year is never bad, and a year is never good either. But it's going to be dependent on how you set yourself up in the beginning. And I want to emphasize today, as we deal with this part 2 of the skills that you need to adopt for this year, I want to emphasize that it is very important, therefore, that you set yourself up from the beginning in a good way. Set yourself up to a good start in this year. Plan, make sure that everything that you set up is actually setting you up for a very good year. But a year can also be bad, depending on what you have set yourself up to, the type of choices that you've made in this year. But I want to emphasize that there are some skills that you need to shape up right now as the year starts that will set you up for success. And one of those is ability to shut up, to listen, and to learn from others. Ability to shut up, listen, and learn from others. And I want to emphasize that it is very, very pertinent that we sometimes reflect and sit back and keep quiet. And most of the time we speak and speak, and people are listening to us. And some of the people even steal our ideas because we speak too much. But I want to emphasize that most of the time, our speaking also distracts our listening. And our speaking always deny us as well opportunity to be able to learn from others. But remember that the more you speak, the more you're blocking others from speaking as well. The more you don't give opportunity to people to share their ideas. But the more you share your ideas, it is going to be helpful for you, because then people will be able to open up and say their own ideas. But when you sit back and listen, you're going to be able to absorb that which they are sharing, and you are able actually to learn from them. This is very important as you start off this year. But I want to warn people that speak too much, people that are forever opening up their mouth, to remember that God has given you one mouth and 2 ears for a purpose, because God wants us to listen twice much more than we talk, so that we can actually listen more and be able to speak only when it's necessary. But there are people that speak a lot to an extent that they don't give others opportunity to speak. And sometimes you speak things that are unnecessary, things that expose you, things that are actually putting you to exposure for people to see how lack of wisdom, the much lack of wisdom that you have. And that's very important, that sometimes you sit back, listen to people, because the more you listen to others, you are learning the technique of how to speak, what to speak about, and when to speak and when not to speak as well. Because there are those people that are knowledgeable in certain areas of their lives, and you're going to only learn when you give them opportunity to speak. There are some of us who are actually acting like you know everything in life. And the more you act like you know everything, what is going to happen, you're going to deny yourself to learn. But I want to emphasize, in this life, you will never know everything. And it's not possible that you can know everything. It's not possible either that you will know everybody. It's not possible either that you'll know everywhere. So therefore, there are people that knows better than we know in other areas. Therefore, if we are able to keep quiet, sit back and listen to others, therefore we're going to learn from others. This is very important. And it's a skill that is very key this year if you are going to be able to learn and become a better person. Remember that you're going to sit in meetings sometimes. You're going to sit in church meetings, in services. You're going to sit in gatherings of families. You're going to sit in gatherings of friends and political meetings as well, which is very important that you get there with an aim of listening and learning from others. May I emphasize that it is very important that you develop an ability to shut up, to listen and learn from others, because that is very, very important that you do so. And many times when you don't keep quiet, you actually, as I said, you deny yourself of learning process. You deny yourself of opportunity to learn, because there are things that you're going to learn from others when they say them. Now, identify areas where you're not good at. Identify areas that you are not learned in. And please make sure that you listen to those people that are expert in that particular topic or in that particular area. Sit down and listen to them. And that is why I want to urge you this year that you take time to attend seminars, to take time to attend conferences, take time to attend meetings of people that are speaking about topics that you need to learn more out of. It is very important that you learn, but it's only when you listen to others that are speaking. And I know of some of the people that would love to be speaking in every single meeting, and they would actually want to listen to themselves only. But I want to urge you that when you do so, you're going to actually miss out on learning from other people. So therefore, be able to sit and listen to other people. Be able to shut up and listen to other people, because that's the only way you're going to learn. And I want to speak to ministers, I want to speak to people that are public speakers as well. That it is very important sometimes to go and sit down and listen to other people speaking. Because by so doing, you will actually gain a lot out of the presentation skills of other people, just the context as well of other people, and the content of what they're speaking about. That's very important. And therefore, I want to urge you to be able to shut up and to sit and be able to listen to others so that you can learn from them, because that's the only way you're going to succeed this year. The other thing that I want to just hint to you for this year, if you are aiming to succeed, is a skill that we call ability to break a process down into smaller steps, because there are times where we're faced up with very, very complex situations, very complex things in life, very complex projects in life, very complex topics in life, whereby it is very important that you sit back and break it into every small step. And the more you break every process into a small step, the more you become successful in actually learning or walking that step in order to become successful. There are many times where we fail because we have actually congested ourselves or conglomerated ourselves with a lot of information, and we don't take things step by step. And as a result, because you take something in a complex form, it is difficult actually to understand. It's difficult actually to comprehend also how to approach it. And remember that when you break something into steps, you are able to take every step at a time. And as you take every step at a time, you're going to be able to develop a way of conquering every step at a time. And you're going to find yourself completing the project because you've taken every step at a time. There are times when this year you might be writing books, some of you. Some of you might be starting projects of building. Some of you might be starting projects of creative arts or different types of projects that you're embarking on this year. But I want to urge you that don't take it as a complex situation. Please break it step by step. Break it as smaller steps and take every step at a time. You're going to be able to conquer that situation because you've taken it step by step. And that's very key if you do so. Because otherwise it is going to confuse you. Otherwise you're going to get lost in the process. You may not even know where to start and where to finish because you've actually taken it as complex as it is. But I want to emphasize that please take smaller steps and break every process down into smaller steps and take those steps and make sure that you go every step of the way and you'll start to see that it is going to finish that way. And I'm sure you've heard that the wise people say that if you want to eat an elephant, you must actually chop it into pieces and eat it piece by piece without rushing it. And that's the only way you're going to eat up an elephant. But if you're going to look at the elephant as big as it is, It is a complex situation that you're faced with in your life. And there's nothing that you're going to do if you're not going to be able to break it into small pieces and then step by step be able to take it up and eat it step by step. And that's very key. And I hope that opens up you to learn out of this. And this was part 2, therefore, of this great topic. And I hope that these tips help you. And we will continue with part 3 tomorrow. This was part 2, of course. And I want us just to end up here. And remember also that you need to visit our socials and like our Facebook page, Micornus Phokane, Young Men Empowerment Forum, and Church Governance Solutions. Make sure that you visit those, and make sure that you also visit our YouTube channel, which is under Micornus Phokane. Please subscribe on that YouTube channel so that every piece of teaching that we put up, you may learn out of it. But this is a preparation for this year. If you want to be successful, please make sure that you learn these skills and use them and utilize them in your way, and you'll be successful thereof because of that. I want to check out here your host, Micornus Phokane. Thank you very much once more for listening to us, and be part of this part 2 of this great topic. And I will embark on part 3 tomorrow. May the good Lord bless you, and cheers for now.